So I just told the trainee to call me when he's ready to. So yeah, I'm just awaiting a call. So sound is in the background currently, like for obvious reasons. So there's something else running in the back, and when he's there, then we'll begin. We'll begin the session. So yeah, it's gonna be continuation of the previous one. So if you watched the previous session, then you already know. You should already know how it's gonna turn out. If not, then just a short recap of the previous one. So the previous one was about some Grandmaster grinding mentality, and and simply a lot of problems that might arise trying grind, some discussion about decks and power and whatever, and how to grind. And today we're simply gonna continue probably where we left, also doing some play-by-play commentary. Most likely. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, like still waiting for the call, and here's the call, so yeah. Hey.
Hey, hello.
So how it's going for you? Like, how was the past week?
It was okay. I tried out a bunch of decks. I climbed a little bit. I read the book you've recommended, Playing to Win. I really liked the part about different playstyles. Yeah, the broadcasts.
Okay. So I hope you found something interesting within it.
Yes, it was more like a read that sort of helped to determine what I should be aspiring to be, like striving to become as a player, I guess. It was more like not something specific, but more like something broader, like something like a how to express that, like I'm not sure how to explain that. Like it was a good read. I'm glad I've had a chance to.
Oh, maybe you mean
that.
something like, I don't know, aspiration of what you should do.
Yes,
and what you should become.
yes. That's probably it. Yes. So since our last session, I've climbed another 3,000 points. The decks I've had a chance to try out during the past week were Vengeance Blood. I found a new build. It's been quite useful. It's done pretty well for me on the ladder. Other two builds were Ram Dragon, sort of like Ram Storm Dragon. I'm using this one. And I also tried out Midrange Shadow. It didn't really... It's sort of like 50-50. I won some games, I lost some games. I didn't climb that much with it, so I switched to something else. Storm Heaven, also I tried it out, although it feels really strong. Unfortunately, I haven't won many games with it, so I decided to let it be. So I guess the way I'm currently feeling about it, like vengeance is probably the way to go for me. I think I have an idea how to play this deck correctly. But I also think that one of the most important stages of the game is the mulligan phase, and I would love you to like observe and give me probably like tips or tell me where I'm wrong or if I'm doing all right with it. Like, this turn by turn explanations I think would be really great. I mean, sometimes I might be making mistakes that I myself can like miss even during even during watching the replays, and I think that your advice is very valuable here.
Okay, sure. So, to sum it up, as for Shadow, I totally get why you said it's like you didn't climb too much, because Shadow is like all-around the deck. It's like it doesn't have extremely bad matchups, but it also doesn't have extremely good matchups. So most of the time you were like 50-50 around the field, and well, it's gonna depend on the draw and such. I mean, it's overall a strong one, but well, I would just say it's also something like it's good, but not perfect and not extremely bad in some matchups. As for Storm, well, Storm requires a lot of top decking, but Storm is good. Vengeance is fine. Also, the Queen Dragon is also a really good deck. So, like I said, we can just go and, well, pick one deck for now. Just play it on ladder. So, as for how we should do it, so spectating have around like 10-second delay, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's not a problem. As long as we just go with it. So for the mulligan phase, simply you just tell me which cards would you throw out and why. Then I can tell you, is it correct, is it not, and what should you aim for. And we can do the same with every turn. So at the beginning of like every turn, you would tell me what card would you play and why, and I would tell you if it's a good choice, bad choice, and what can you change about the move, and then you will perform the move. Sometimes if there is not enough time, like there is like this end button is shining and stuff, then I will just tell you do this, this and this, and I will explain later, so we don't miss on any of the plays and such, because sometimes it might happen and I'd rather avoid, like, we'd both rather avoid losing after all.
To avoid the delay, there is a like we can I can share like screen share if that's convenient for you.
No, it's not a
I mean,
problem.
like through Discord.
No, I mean, it's not a problem,
Okay,
because
I
it's
mean,
like 10 seconds, so it doesn't matter, because this 10 seconds is gonna be like, oh, okay, so opponent will play a card, and then I will simply see it, so then you have like, you still have time to explain what you're gonna do, so it's gonna work just fine.
Okay, let's go with Vengeance then. I'm primarily trying to mulligan for Belf. Out of 2 drops, I only tend to keep Wolf, but generally I just hard mulliganing for Belphegor. Since I think getting her out on turn 4 is like it's really strong, considering her stats are 4/4, especially going second. So I currently have Scarlet Sabreur, Angel of the Word, and Dark Air Gemmer, and I'm thinking of mulliganing it all.
Yep, just throw everything. Obviously versus Forestcraft, like all of them are not good. You're not gonna survive for so long and such, and also you are going second, so Angel of the Ward as a turn 3 play is kinda weak. I mean, your opponent might already have better force, so you'd rather find something for 2 mana or less.
So for turn 2 I have Spiderweb Imp and Urias. I'm thinking going Spiderweb Imp since I think we're playing against neutral Roach. He just used Looking Glass card, this 2 play point that turns all your cards into neutrals and draws a card.
Okay, so the thing is, Into the Looking Glass would rather indicate it's not kind of like neutral one, but it's just a simple roach with Elf Twin Assault. At least most of them are using it like that. So because they don't have enough neutrals, they are just using Into the Looking Glass as a draw and just to cycle. So in this case, Urius is still better, because if you play Spiderweb Imp, sure, you get 1/4 on the board, but you have nothing to protect, and Urius means 3 points of damage. Like, your opponent is gonna play a creature, you got 1 3 point of damage. He plays 2 fairies, perfect, you get 2 3 points of damage. He doesn't have easy way of destroying Urius unless he plays a creature and Airborne Barrage, but that requires him to commit to the play. So yeah, it's not an easy task to do. And then you can play Spiderweb Imp to protect Urius, for example. Like, there is multiple possibilities to do, but here you just wanna focus. Like, after all, you're gonna win by damage with this deck. You are not gonna melee your opponent, so the game is not gonna last so long. And obviously you don't have Seraph, so alternate win conditions. So in this scenario, Urius also acts as a 1/3 creature, which is hard to remove.
So my opponent played Goblin Mage.
Yeah,
I have 2 options as far as I'm concerned. That's one of this is Spiderweb Imp, another one is Angel of the Word. I think I should be going with the Spiderweb Imp to protect my Urius, although my opponent doesn't necessarily have any means on the board to destroy my Urius. I still think I should go with Spiderweb Imp since turn 4 I'm going Belphegor, and it also is useful for protecting that. So
okay, so that sounds
Spiderweb
fine.
Imp, right?
No. Angel of the Ward and Trade. And the reason is, although Spiderweb... yeah, you attack with Urius into the Goblin and then Angel of the Ward to ping it up. So the reason for that is, Spiderweb Imp sounds fine, but imagine if your opponent, with this Into the Looking Glass, he already, like, told you, I'm running Twin Elf Assault. And if he does the Twin Elf Assault and destroy both your Spiderweb Imp and Urius on full HP, and is left with the Goblin Mage, then, well... Oh, I see, you didn't kill the Goblin Mage.
Yeah, makes sense. It also uses my play points more effectively, like full 3 play points.
Oh, wait. Oh, you didn't clear the Goblin. Okay, so maybe I wasn't clear in the message. You should clear the Goblin with the ping of Angel and attack of Urius.
Oh.
Yeah, because then you will be left with like a 1/1 and a 2/2. Because in this scenario, if you don't clear the Goblin, playing Spiderweb Imp or Angel makes the same. I mean, right now, it's still winnable, but you just got 2 points of damage into your face. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, of course, you get Belphegor, so it doesn't matter on the long run, but...
So for turn 4, should I go like Spiderweb Imp, or should I play Belphegor and evolve and clear the Goblin Mage?
You should play Belphegor, evolve, clear the Goblin Mage. Right now, you don't have many choices. You don't want to play Spiderweb Imp because you want to play Spiderweb Imp to protect yourself from getting from dying from the Roach combo. And if you play Belphegor right now, even though he got Roach in his hand, he cannot kill you. Like, even though you're gonna be on 10 HP, it's impossible on 5 play points for him. And you will obviously draw some cards, and Belphegor is gonna remain as a 6/4 monster, so your opponent is not gonna able to destroy it with the Fortune Hunter Fina, for example. which is turn 5 play. He's not gonna able to destroy it with the Elvish Princess Mage. So it's gonna be harder and harder for him to remove the Belphegor. Although, like, in a perfect scenario, it would be like you destroyed the Goblin in the previous turn. So on this turn, if you had a 6/6 Belphegor, because he would have
Yes.
nothing on the board, then it couldn't be touched.
So do I go with another Belphegor and mill one, or do I go with something else this turn? I'm thinking I should go probably with Dark General, not to mill cards.
Well, on this turn, you just have to go with the Urius and Spiderweb Imp. Like, if you even evolve the Spiderweb Imp. Because if you don't, then you are gonna die. Your opponent just gonna play the Goblin Mage for free. He still can play something for 1, then he can play Roach, can play Bounce, and Roach once again. And it's gonna be more than enough, like, to deal 10 damage, considering he still got Evo points. So you just want to make sure that you are being protected. Also, as a 3/6, it's gonna be hard to remove by your opponent. And on the next turn, you have the possibility of either Dark General, Belphegor, Scarlet. You have, well, multiple options. Right now, you just want to make sure that you are not gonna die. Because if he had played something after, like in the previous turn, so he played the Goblin for 0, then okay, but he didn't.
So he removed my stuff with twin Alpha Assault. Yeah, Elf Twins Assault. Yes.
Yeah, I see.
I have an option to remove his Elven Princess Mage with Scarlet Brewer, but then I guess I have to remove the Elven Princess Mage anyway, and the only way. Well, there are like two ways. I can play 1/4 and use a Handgoing Horde, which I'm really doubtful about that, since I don't have any opportunity to play a ward here. So I'm guessing I should play Scarlet Sabrew, remove the Elven Princess Mage. What do you think?
Okay, so you can play Scarlet, like that's the defensive option, and can totally do it. Like right now, you are still in really troublesome position, because if you, for example, play Belphegor and then get a Spiderweb Imp, maybe that's a kinda game where you can protect yourself, but in other scenarios it's gonna be hard. Like even if you get Diabolic Drain, if you have one in the deck, then obviously you're only getting killed for 2, but that's it. So the Scarlet is the play here, like it's the safe one. Because Belphegor is RNG, and your opponent is still gonna kill you on the next turn, like no LS. So it's just a play to check out if he got bounced, but I don't know if he got bounced, then obviously you're dead. Like he got Fairy, Goblin Mage for free, then he got 2 Roaches. Like we know that he got 2 Roaches for sure with this setup, and all he need to get is bounce. So if he does have bounce, then you're dead, like not less. Also, there is no pressure from your side. So
he had 3 roaches in his hand.
Okay, so with 3 roaches, it's well.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, it's easier. So he got 1 roach, like he got it in his normal draw. But yeah, this is not a matchup which is favorable, because basically you're lowering your points of HP, and your opponent, well, the forest obviously can kill you from full 20 sometimes. So this is not the perfect matchup. And obviously in this one you're trying to go on the aggressive side if you're able to. If you're not able to, then just accept that this is one of the harder ones. But obviously the Vengeance is created to fight some decks. Like it can fight like a mid-range versus some mid-range and controls. It can be aggressive in some matchups and kinda control-ish in some of them, but obviously as you play the deck, and you probably notice, it's really good versus some aggros with decent draws. It's really good versus some mid-range if you draw decently, because of card like Emeralda, which turns the matchup around. She kills and she attacks.
The 3 cards I currently have Spiderweb Imp, Razor Claw, and Angel of the Word. And I'm thinking a hard mulligan in for Belf.
Okay, so hard mulligan for
Spiderweb
Belf
Imp.
sounds nice, but you have Spiderweb Imp and you get Angel of the Ward. So the only logical
Should I-
here, you should only throw Razor Claw, because of course, if you don't get a Belf, it's gonna be bad. But imagine that you throw 3 cards, you don't get Belf, and you get nothing. So most of the time with the mulligans, it's better to go for a guaranteed curve, because here you are guaranteeing yourself that you will go for the play on the turn 2 and play on the turn 3, like you will play creatures, instead of risking it. Like, risk is okay, but sometimes it's not worth it. So it's probably better to just get a curve. Like, you are playing versus Runecraft. Runecraft might be Dimension Shift, might be Airfright, and missing a turn here is gonna be essential, because they do not care how big your board is. They got board clears, they got Mutagenic Bolts, they got Levi's, they got like Dance of Death, and Halo Golems.
That's
So,
Earthright.
yeah, a lot of different stuff.
That's Earthright, and on turn 2 I have 2 options to go with, either with Spiderweb Imp or Bloodwolf. Bloodwolf removes the Scrub Golem, while Spiderweb Imp protects my face. And it also cannot be destroyed by Magic Illusionist. So I'm thinking going Spiderweb Imp this turn, and then probably going Bloodwolf next turn, and then going face with Spiderweb Imp. But it might not be alive by then. Yeah.
Okay, so the
What
thing
do you
is,
think?
here a Bloodwolf to destroy a Golem is fine, because your opponent, this is like this turn when he cannot cast a Piercing Rune. He simply cannot, because he do not have 4 mana. He also cannot cast Halo Golem, so he cannot kill this Bloodwolf, and he can only do it by attacking with his Magic Illusionist. So for you, this trade is fine. Like, you want to get rid of Magic Illusionist as soon as possible, so stripping away your opponent from trades is fine. But you just have to keep in mind, this O2, which is protecting the Magic Illusionist, is really nasty, and it's gonna make you some trouble. So even if you play with the Spiderweb Imp, and he attack with the Illusionist once, you still cannot kill the Golem without playing Angel of the Ward or Bloodwolf. And on the next turn, like perfectly, you want to play the Pure-Hearted Singer, just to draw some cards from your deck. Also because it's a 1-2, like this card, it's what I like to call connector between the early game and mid game, because it draws you 2 cards, of course, assuming it's gonna die, and it also deals some points of damage. So with the Angel of the Ward, it deals 1, Pure-Hearted Singer this 1, it's like killing Magic Illusionist once. Also, you are on Evo first, because you're going second, so this is gonna be important in removing the Illusionist. Obviously, it's really troublesome work most of the time, but there is no workaround around it.
So he played Dwarf Alchemist and another Earth Sigil, which is Witch's Cauldron.
Yep,
I'm thinking, as we planned, going with Pure-Hearted Singer and going face with Bloodwolf. He deals 4 damage to my face on his turn, but I think it's not as critical since I have 2 Spiderweb Imps, and I still need to get to Vengeance anyway. So I'm thinking going face with Bloodwolf and playing Pure-Hearted Singer here.
Okay, so first thing first, play Singer, because you want to determine what is gonna be your card, like what you're gonna draw. So play it now and tell me what did you draw, because always always try to determine RNG. And with the Bloodwolf, kill the Alchemist. Like, obviously, it's 2 points of damage, but this 2 points of damage to his face doesn't matter to anything. And killing the Dwarf Alchemist means he cannot kill the Singer with the Dwarf. Like, you want him to kill the Singer with the Illusionist, or rather you want Illusionist to survive, to swing this 1 point of damage into his Illusionist, so then you can kill the Illusionist with the Angel of the Ward, with the ping, and then probably Evo and Clint once more. Like, getting rid of this creature is really important in this matchup. Like, it's just nasty. And well, these 2 points of damage that you would deal with the Blood Wolf also do not matter this much at this matchup. Also, leaving him on the board means he could just Piercing Rune the Blood Wolf, and then it would be awful. He could Halo Golem, but well, I suppose Halo Golem is not worth it here. But whatever, you just want to force him into trades when have to lower the life of his Magic Illusionist. So if he attacks with the Illusionist, or even if he lets your Singer live, then you are still able to kill it once with the Angel of the World, which is important on the long run. But well, looks like he got so much Earth Sigils, then it's gonna be hard. Like, it's not gonna be
he
easy.
has like 3 sigils on board already, and another Alchemist. He killed my Pure-Hearted Singer at the Illusionist. And since he has like 3 sigils on board now, is there like a point in burning his sigils with my Angel of the Ward? Like killing... I can kill Illusionist twice, but I'm not sure if there is a point.
Okay, so
Like currently he's like board locked himself, so he needs to kill something. So he'll probably trade with his... Most likely he will trade with his Magic Illusionist to clear space for something else.
It might be the case, but well, him locking himself out do not help you too much, like in this scenario, because he's going first, so he's still gonna go his Levi first and such. So you want to shoot once with Angel of the World into Illusionist, then you want to Evo, and with Evo you want to kill the Dwarf. So because you don't want his Dwarf Alchemist to evolve, so he don't get any Airfreight card, but on the other hand you obviously kill it once. So you are removing 1 sigil, and you are making your opponent more likely to attack with the Illusionist, because the next sigil that is gonna trigger is the Witch Cauldron, so he's gonna get a card draw out of this. And obviously, if he goes face in like some sort of scenarios, you get Darker Jammer, which is perfect, but well, I doubt he's gonna bring you down to the Vengeance on the next turn. You got Diabolic Drain, you got Emeralda, so you got some nice setup, and all you have to do is simply maximize the value here.
Oh, it seems he's going face this turn. Okay. Oh no. Oh yes, he's going face. He puts me into Vengeance. I'm at 10 now, and I can play my Dark Air Jammer. So I figure I play in my Dark Air Jammer this turn, evolving it, and killing the Magic Illusionist, which is evolved at the moment. So he evolved his Magic Illusionist, he pierced and ruined my Angel of the Word, and now I'm at Vengeance.
Yeah, so obviously play Air Jammer, and let's see what you're gonna draw from it. Like, what monsters are you gonna get?
I drew Blood Wolf, Furious. Do I evolve my Dark Air Jammer into his evolved Magic Illusionist?
You can do it. You can also do it with the Blood Wolf. Like, depends what do we want to play against. But honestly, I would just go for the Blood Wolf evolve, because the thing is, if he goes with the Levi on the next turn, so deal 3 damage to everything, then Airjammer is gonna die and Wolf is gonna die, like supposing you would evolve Airjammer. While if you evolve the Blood Wolf, then the Airjammer still needs to be hit by something, so for example evolved creature or his Magic Illusionist, like once again. So this is simply for the best in this scenario. Also, had you evolved Airjammer, it would be prone to dying to another Piercing Rune, for example. So leaving it at 3 and 4 is fine. Like, best case scenario, he's not gonna go with Levi and his turn is bad. Worst case scenario, well, we'll see. Obviously you got Diabolic Drain, so you got some nice backup. You got Spider Web Imps, which are also like 1/4, so they can avoid it. But well, there is no telling what's gonna happen.
So here's thinking.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it takes him a lot of time.
He's taking his time, yeah.
Because the good thing is, if he would go with the Master Mage Levi and then use his Magic Illusionist to kill out the Darker Jammer later on, that means he's out of sigils. So then at least he will be able to get rid of the Magic Illusionist for good. But the rule of thumb versus Earthrune is obviously if you are able to kill him even at the cost of some like expensive resources early on, it's probably the best to do so. Because he's so irritating and his value is extremely good.
So he evolved his Magic Illusionist.
Yeah, I see. And
He
Halo
went
Golem to the face.
Yes, so I'm at 3 at the moment. I guess I need to clear the board. I have Diabolic Drain, which I can kill his Magic Illusionist with. I also have my Spiderweb Imps. The question here is, should I go like with Spiderweb Imp, Angel of the Word, and Diabolic Drain, or
you should probably go with double Spiderweb Imp, like because you will just get a lot of defense. Also, you can trade like this. You can simply evolve one of the Spiderweb Imps to kill the Halo Golem. Use Diabolic Drain on a 4/4, Magic Illusionist, then the 2 and 2 which will be left on the board, you can kill it with Darker Jammer. So by doing so, it's a lot weaker considering Master Mage Levi, but if he had Master Mage Levi, then he would use it in the previous turn. Also, he would require under Earth Sigil, because right now you are just getting rid of the last Earth Sigil on the board. So if he doesn't play under Earth Sigil, then obviously he's not gonna able to shoot you. And you got Emeralda, like double Emeralda in your hand, which is also able to destroy something. And even if he does have, what's it called, even if he does have the Master Mage and Sigil, like at the same time, then it still do not kill the one for Spiderweb Imp, so there is still something protecting your face. So right now it's looking kinda fine.
So he's thinking once again.
Well, obviously with some cards he's able to kill you if he's lucky enough and he's playing the correct the version with demonic strikes. Like some players play the version with demonic strikes, so like Wizard SFOs, Piercing Crew, demonic strike, whatever. But looks like he's not able to burn you since he's like taking his time to think.
Yeah, I'm somewhat aware of what lists there are. I mean, in terms of burn rune. Oh. He went with Carl and Hello Golem. Hello Golem to the face.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I need. I'm playing Emeralda to remove Hello Golem. Then I trade probably Dark Edge Hammer into Carl and face.
Okay, but the thing is, if you go with the Emeralda right now, well, yeah, you probably can. I mean, the problem is, if he does have additional piece of burn, so if he finds more damage, then you are done. So there is also an option for example, Pure-Hearted Singer and trying to find some healing. But if you go with the Pure-Hearted Singer, then you're probably not gonna be able to win on the next turn, which is what you should be aiming for. So if you go with Emeralda, it's like play to win and hoping that he do not have this last piece of burn and you're just gonna kill him.
Do I leave the Carl up, or do I trade into him? I mean, I'm losing like 3 damage if I trade into him, and I have 2 wards.
I mean, you can
So
easily kill the Carl even with Emeralda, for example. So Emeralda destroying Halo Golem and attacking into Carl, like, it's still one less damage than the Darker Jammer, but you got another Emeralda in your hand. And the thing
I
is,
see.
if you survive to the next turn, then you are like the winner. But if you leave the Carl on the board, well, this might cause some, I don't know, some scenarios in which would be able to kill you.
Yeah, there is a bunch of stuff that kills me, like Dances of Death, Piercing. Oh,
Well, right now,
it seems I won. We won.
oh, nice.
Hmm.
Like, a lot of stuff could kill
Yeah,
you right
that's-
now, so it was just a matter of the luck.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky.
Yeah,
But
anyway,
also,
like I said, it's like play to win at the moment, because if you wanted to consider something more safe, then trying to draw RNG with the Singer would be probably the good one.
mhm.
But this is like two alternative options. It's a ladder, so it's just up to the player, up to the pilot of the deck. Like, how do you feel? How do you confident are in drawing skills and such? And also, what range is your opponent, etc.
This time my opponent is another rune. I'm going first this time. And in my opening hand, I have Bloodwolf, Pure-Hearted Singer, and Dark General. And I think I'm mulliganing Dark. And then I guess I keep Bloodwolf and Pure-Hearted Singer. Since I'm going first, and that's the curve, and as you've mentioned, as you've said,
Yes.
curve is more important.
Yes, that's what I said. But the problem with the Bloodwolf, like, Pure-Hearted Singer is fine, but you're playing versus Rune. And keeping Bloodwolf versus Rune is not a great idea. Spider Web Imp, yes. Bloodwolf dies to Angelic Snipe, dies to Magic Missile. That's not the kind of creature that you want in your opening hand. Like, if it was a Urius, if it was a Spider Web Imp, yup. But you don't want to play Bloodwolf on the turn 2.
Should I just keep Pure-Hearted Singer then?
Yes.
Or should I mulligan everything?
Keep the Singer.
Hmm?
Keep the Singer in your hand and mulligan the Wolf in general. Because you are going first, so you are still getting the initiative, and the Singer is this kind of card which simply will allow you to fix your draws. Like, even if you don't mulligan into good cards, then the Singer draws you a card and then draws you another card. And this deck rarely should have a terrible hand, like, you should be able to find something. Also, versus Rune is not the kind of deck which set up suppression like on the turn 1, turn 2, in the sense like, for example, Aggro Sword or Aggro Forest goes. Aggro Forest would always go creature 1, creature 2, creature 3 or something, and then pummel. While Rune is either Insight on the third one or Sigil on the third one, like, that's it. Most of the time, that's the only play that Rune can do on the turn 1, and yeah.
I see. So for my turn 2, I have the Razor Claw and Emblem Wraith. Choice here is Emblem Wraith.
Yeah, just go with the Wraith. Raspberry Claw, that's not the card you want to do on your turn 2. That's for sure. And Tumbling Wraith is a creature, so yeah.
Yeah.
Even if he goes with something like Kaleidoscopic Glow, he might do... It's still +1 point of damage on the long run, which we'll be able to repeat later on.
So I'm playing Pure-Hearted Singer. With my Pure-Hearted Singer, I drew Urius. And I'm thinking going Belphegor. It's D-shift, and I'm thinking going as aggressive as possible.
Yep, it makes sense. Like, it makes a lot of sense. Also, because you're not on Evo first, like, he's going on Evo first, so if you go with Belphegor, he still might go with something like Magical or some sort of stuff, but then again, you will be in Vengeance, you will draw additional cards, so you will have the option of drawing, for example, Darker Jammer, which would be perfect follow-up, and obviously Dark Generals and all other stuff. It's also a good follow-up.
Well, with my Belphegor, I drew another Belphegor and an Emblem Wraith. So next turn, I'm thinking going, if I don't draw anything like Dark Air General, like Dark General, I'm thinking going with another Belphegor and probably Emblem Wraith. Not probably, but Emblem Wraith. So
Okay.
yeah, I drew Hungering Horde, and now I'm thinking going Belphegor and Emblem Wraith.
Okay.
And
So
evolving Pure Hearted Singer and Hidden Face.
yeah.
What do
So
you...
just do like I said, play Wraith, play Belphegor, evolve Singer. Singer here for obvious reasons because it cannot be bounced back by Kaleidoscopic Glow. And yeah, that's gonna be end of the turn, like nothing else here. Also you got double Razor Claw, which is really good for the pressure, because on this turn you're gonna hit him
burst.
for like 5, so he's at 11, you get 6 points of burst. And in case you will draw Dark General, like you might draw it in the nearby future, then you are super close to lethal.
So if he drew another owl... Oh, I mean, he played another owl, I mean. So...
Yeah, owls are nasty, like, they are
Yeah.
seriously losing into your friend. This is a little bit too much. As
That's
long
a lot of
as
spell boost, yeah.
yeah, as long as he does not go with the chimeras, it's fine. But chimeras are super strong.
Yeah. Nope, no chimeras.
Okay, awesome.
So, I'm 1 damage off. Wait, no. I'm fine. I mean, I'm evolving. Yeah,
Yeah, you have evolved.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this one wasn't particularly hard. Like,
Yeah.
not much decisions to make. Like, just what to throw out of the opening hand, and that would be it. And that's like a principle. Versus Rune, you really rather not get a Blood Wolf just because the Magic Missile and Angelic Snipe exist. Like, if you get it after mulliganing, like if you draw it on your first or second draw step, and you have nothing else to play, or your opponent played something on the first turn and you just want to attack because you want to face, that's fine, but just be aware that Blood Wolf in this matchup is... well, it's gonna die, like, it's not perfect. Like, most of the time...
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but actually, before you told me that, all this time, even when like this shift was very popular, I still kept Blood Wolf a lot of times. But now that I think about it, it really doesn't seem that strong a play. Okay, so I'm playing against Shadow. In my opening hand, I have Blood Wolf, Dark Air Gemmer, and Razor Claw, and I'm thinking mulligan in Razor Claw and Dark Air Gemmer and Blood Wolf.
From this hand, you can mulligan everything.
Oh.
Yeah, you can
And
mulligan
Shadow
everything.
because of this zombie party, right? And going second, or is there?
Especially because, well, you are going second, so that's one thing. Also because Shadow will have some sort of Bone Chimeras, some sort of skeletons, simply one creatures. Also Blood Wolf. Simply treat this unit like as a best pull from Darker Jammer. Like, most of the time you want something like Spider Web Imp and a Blood Wolf on the same pull. So obviously keeping more of them in the deck maximizes your chances of getting them from our Jammer. In some scenarios, Blood Wolf is gonna be fine, but most of the time, like even with the aggro Blood, you want to play Blood Wolf on your Evo turns, so you are simply guaranteed some out of hand damage. So as a 4/2 drops, your use always Spider Web Imp, always, like they are good, and they are good just because they have more HP. So 3 and 4, this is really hard to overcome by multiple decks. Like, they have no answers. Like, most of the time they're gonna play something like 2 and 2, and if they play 2 and 2 and you have the Angel of the War to follow up, then you're in a perfect spot. Well, And as for Blood Wolf, it's
So,
probably gonna die to a lot of stuff.
So unfortunately, I didn't have a turn to play. Now I have two options: either Angel of the Word or Pure Heart and Singer, and I think I'm going with Angel of the Word, ping in the little Cell Squasher, and that leaves his Balinus on board against my Angel of the Word on board.
Yeah, Angel of the Word is fine. Angel of the Word here, destroying his creature, because if you play Singer, he might as well just ignore the Singer and go face, and you don't want to get hit 4 points of damage into the face. Obviously, you want Vengeance at some point of the game, but you'd rather decide for yourself when you want to go into Vengeance rather than your opponent making the decision for you. So
I have two options for my turn 4. It's either a Pure Hearted Singer, evolve into Lyriel, I guess, or Urius and Spiderweb Imp, and evolve in Urius into Lyriel, and live in Spiderweb Imp as is.
okay, so both of these options are okay. But Spiderweb Imp and Urius will spend all of your mana points, like you will spend 4, so this is the better one. Also, when you evolve Urius and kill the L'Oreal, that means that your opponent have to play something, evolve it into the Spiderweb Imp, then he have to sacrifice the Belenus, so he will be losing pretty good half of the board. Then on your next turn you'll be able to go with the Singer, evolve it, kill the unit that attack into Spiderweb Imp, hopefully. Or if he goes like super aggressive moves or so, maybe you'll be able to use Diabolic Drain. Like, we don't know it yet, but Imp and Urius here is fine. Also, that means 1 point of damage to his face, but that's irrelevant. Like, that's really irrelevant at the moment.
Alright, so he played another Lyriel. And now he is thinking.
Well, have really easy trade. Evolve Real, one pink face, kill the 1/4, and then Belenus is killing the Urius alone. That's what he should do.
So, two options here: Pure Heart Singer or Diabolic Drain. With Pure Heart Singer, I draw 2 cards, but I lose like an ego point. But at the same time, I clear the board, and the board is empty. But initiative is kind of goes to him. But either way, I don't have any way to take the initiative from him. So
yeah,
it's either
Singer is better.
I think I play Pure Hearted Singer, evolve that, and just trade into Lyriel and draw 2 cards and keep my Diabolic Drains for the time when I'm in Vengeance.
First, see what are you gonna draw, because if you get something like Hungering Core, then you want to use it. So
okay.
so obviously,
I drew the Dark Air Jammer with my.
Yeah, so just evolve Singer and get rid of Lyriar then. Obviously, it's like you said, you are losing Evo point, but on the long run, you are both left with the Evo point, so you are still able to answer his Evo point with your Evo point if you play the matchup correctly, so it's perfectly fine.
I drew Urius with my second draw, so I played Urius.
Yeah, played.
He played Kaiser. Evolved Kaiser into Urius.
Okay, that's awesome. That means he just lost his last Evo point.
Yeah, which is good for me, I guess.
Yep, it is.
So I can use my second Pure Hearted Singer, draw another card, see what I get. Then just repeat the process, draw 2 cards, and see if I have anything to remove his carrot with. Do you think it's...
Okay, so that's one of the options. but here you're like under the wall, because if you go the Singer, don't do anything, you're still left with Carrot and you're left with nothing on the board. So even though it's only one card, you should go for the Darker Jammer here. Because if you get Spiderweb Imp, that's okay. If you get a Blood Wolf, then you are able to trade his board. If you get Urius, that's unlucky, but you already played 2 Uriuses, so getting a third one is kinda unlikely. Also same goes for the Ambling Craves. So Airjammer, even though you will be only pulling 1 creature, it's still worth it. Because it's like 2 creatures and you still get excess play points to play the Ambling Craves.
I guess I'm just that unlucky. Do I have Dark Airjammer into Kaiser, right?
No, you evolve Urius. Like, the reason you evolve Urius is because
that was the time was running out, and I have Dark Airjammer. Sorry. Yeah, the reason I evolved Urius. So why is that?
Okay, so
so that he couldn't clear my Dark Airjammer with his carrot. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's one reason.
God damn it.
I mean, yeah, if you made it in time with the... like I said, sometimes the time will be long with the long turns, but that's fine. Like, if you had evolved Urius, that means... I mean, it's not like he's not able to kill their jammer, because if he got something like Ectar, he still can, although he won't summon zombies. But the thing that he cannot attack the Urius for free. Like, any unit beside the Ambling Crate would be able to get the Carrot. Right now it's also okay, but you would have better distribution of power on the board. Because killing Airjammer now means leaving only Urius on the board, like as a 1-3, as a 1-2, while had you evolved Urius and he traded in the Urius, you would still be left with a 3-4. Which is, well, obviously a little bit more powerful.
So, he traded his...
I see Soul Squash.
He used his carrot to remove Amblin Wraith, then he played Soul Squasher to remove Dark Airjammer, then he played Lurking Corpse and Skullbeast. So currently he has Skullbeast, Lurking Corpse, Soul Squasher, and Carrot on the board, and 1 card in hand. And something tells me that that 1 card is Hector. I don't know, intuition maybe. So,
yeah.
I guess I can remove 2-1 with Emeralda and 2-1 with Urius. That would be like a safe play. Another option would be drawing Pure Heart Singer, searching for... I don't know what would be... good here.
Okay, so let's just go into the turn because that's important right now. So Singer here is better. Play Singer and see what you're gonna draw. And then I will explain later, so we don't.
Scarlet Sombrero I drew.
Okay.
So, I'm running out of time. Do I trade?
Yeah, kill the Soul Squasher with the Urius. And that's it. Because even if he does Ectar, after the trade, you're still alive. Like, he only got 10. And the reason you're not playing Emeralda is that if he puts you into the Vengeance, that means you got Emeralda plus Diabolic Drain. It is important. Also his Ectar, he do not have enough shadows at the moment, so he cannot summon zombies, so he would only buff the creatures on board. And, well, if you left Emeralda as a 4-5, there was a chance that he would, like, trade your creatures, then sacrifice the Lurching Corpse somehow, and Emeralda would die. So...
Okay, so he played Actor. I'm currently at 5 now.
Yeah, I see.
I have Pure Hearted Singer on board, I have 2 Diabolic Drains, and the Scarlet. So I'm thinking playing Scarlet, hitting pinging Actor with that, then finishing off Actor with Diabolic Drain, using my other Diabolic Drain on something. I think I should trade Pure Hearted Singer into Carrot.
No.
Then Diabolic Drain, Lurking Corpse. Then ping Demon Actor with Scarlet Sombrero and finish off Actor with Diabolic Drain. So it only leaves him with Skull Beast. Is that bad?
Yeah, we can do it differently. You can cast Emeralda to destroy Ectar, like he's gonna be destroyed right away. You can destroy the Skull Beast with your Singer, With Emeralda, you can go face. With Diabolic Drain, you can kill the carrot. So, Emeralda destroys Sector and attacks face. Singer attacks the Skull Beast. And Diabolic Drain destroys the carrot.
I screwed up. It's just me running out of time, god damn it. I'm just starting panicking whenever this thing is just it's a mess. Oh god. Oh, that's just bad.
No, I mean, but, well, on the long run...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, on the long run you will probably learn plays and such, but... Yeah, Emeralda destroying and attacking here would put him on 10 at the moment, and you had another Emeralda, you had Dark General, you had Blood Wolf, so you had ability to do a lot of out-of-hand damage.
Yeah.
Because the Scarlet Saber feels like a safe option, but it's not. Like, it only feels like it.
Where I'm currently at is he has Kaiser, Carrot, and Demon Eater on board. I have Dark Air Jammer, 1 Diabolic Drain, 1 Emerald, Dark. I have a lot of options, and I don't know. It's kind of hard to concentrate on the game actually for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know.
No problem, it's fine.
Playing Dark Air Jammer and looking for my imps, I guess, makes sense.
Yeah, play Air
Playing
Jammer
Meralda and
and
removing something.
play Air Jammer and see what you get.
Okay.
And then I will explain.
Okay, I get Wolf and Spiderweb Imp.
Okay, so with the Wolf you can create the Kaiser.
Mhm.
Spiderweb Imp is gonna protect your face a little, but you still have to play Dark General and destroy the carrot.
Okay.
So you just want to make sure, like 100%, and this is gonna do it, that his next Hector is not gonna kinda destroy you.
Mm-hmm. He played Thane,
Okay.
which is
Fane is nothing.
good, I guess. Yeah. Wait, I guess I have Lethal. Blood Wolf, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7 plus 5. No, oh no, I did do it. Oh yeah, god, that's fine. 3, 4, that's 7. That's 11. Yeah, I do. We're fine, right?
Do you have it? Let's see, you have 7 plus 3 plus 4, yeah, you have. If you do it correctly, obviously.
I mean, it's sort of like very new to me, like having. It still feels really weird, like having a conversation and playing. I mean, from one hand, it is really helpful when you get like advice on what to play and why. And on the other hand, it's really hard to concentrate, and then this timer is starting to warn you that you are running out of time, and sometimes it's just hard to concentrate on few things at once. And I just start panicking at this moment, like especially when time's running out.
Yeah, but...
So yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sorry. Like, it's fine. Like, of course, it's gonna be stressful at first because it's not easy and this is running out of time, but don't feel stressed about it. Like, of course, if we miss the turn or the time is up or some misplace is made, okay, we're in the end, it's only a lost game. But the thing is, obviously, is the correct play learned? Like, if you still learn what was the correct play, what should you do and stuff, and if you run out of time, it's bound to happen. And sometimes, because we are discussing plays, I'm trying to explain what's good, what's not, you are telling me your reasoning, your thought process, I'm also analyzing that, so we are talking between each other. So obviously this also takes turn time, which is not happening when you are playing alone. Like, when you are playing alone, you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this, this and this. But putting you under pressure is simply a good exercise for a player, because then later on you will just think faster. Like the faster you think during the card games, obviously, because card games do not require reflexes. Already talked on the previous session. These card games don't require reflexes. Well, sometimes they do, but in Shadowverse, for example, when you click on the Evo, you cannot queue actions. Like in Hearthstone, for example, in Hearthstone you can queue all your attacks and then they will be just done. In Shadowverse, when the Evo is up, you cannot do anything. Like you press Evo and you are locked for like 3 seconds or so between actions, so they cannot be ordered. But yeah, there is no reflexes. So the faster you think, the faster you use your brains, process all of the possibilities, turns, and then more efficient player you're gonna be. So obviously on the long run, it's gonna bear fruit. So don't worry about it.
Okay. I guess it's a really good thing you're recording this on Twitch, right? I can rewatch that and
Yes, you can
refer
watch
to that.
it on Twitch. Probably on Twitch is gonna be for like 2 weeks. That's the usual Twitch, and on the fan page on Facebook it's forever. Probably.
Okay. So about mulligans, I think I'm mulliganing everything here.
Here?
Well, maybe I keep pure-hearted.
You can keep the Urius, you can keep the Singer, you can throw the Dark General. So, I was talking about this on the previous one. Blood Wolf? No. But Urius is a 1-3. Urius is really good. Because right now, especially he's good after the little Soul Squasher nerf. Because before, Shadow was able to just play a Soul Squasher on curve. Right now, you're going first, right? So, if you play Urius, he cannot play Soul Squasher. So you are like blocking him from one of the plays. Also, Urius is really good versus Chimeras for obvious reasons, because a lot of HP will be lost by your opponent. And if you play Urius and the Singer, it's kind of defensive hand, because your monster only have 1 point of attack, but Singer is gonna draw you cards. Urius is simply resilient, he's 1-3. So, a lot of scenarios he's gonna take Zombie Party from your opponent, like they are prone to use it. So, yeah.
So I have 2 options here. On turn 3, I mean, Agile of the Lord or Pure-Hearted Singer. And I'm thinking going with Pure-Hearted Singer, drawing a card, and hidden face with Urius. What do you think?
No, so here, destroying the Skull Beast, so attacking with Urius and Angel of the World is simply better. Because you want to take control over the board as soon as possible. Of course, drawing a card is good, but Angel of the World is 2 and 2. So it's a better creature on the long run to have on board, to trade and such, and well, you just don't want your opponent to have an options. Because in this game, well, in Shadowverse, in all of these games where the instant speed, so the things that happen during your opponent's turn, they do not exist here. So you cannot interact with your opponent during his turn. The less options you give him, the better for you. Like obviously on your turn you are deciding how the attacks are done. So if you leave him with the Skull Beast, well, then maybe he will do something that will allow him to take better on you on the board. Like let's assume you would play a Singer, and he would attack with the Skull Beast and play his own Angel of the World. Then he will get a little bit of the initiative. Obviously, Angels of the World are not super common and such, but yeah, you should get the idea. Why is that?
Okay, so he played his little Soul Squasher and a Goblin.
Goblin, that's interesting.
So I have an option to trade Urius into Soul Squasher, Angel of the World into Goblin, and play Belfagor on curve, but that leaves me with two cards on board, and he has Lurking Corpse.
Yeah, you
but he also
don't want to play Belfagor.
Okay. So I play Pure-Hearted Singer here.
Yep, play a Singer.
The question is, do I trade Urius into Soul Squasher?
No. In this scenario, you don't trade the Urius with the Soul Squasher, you just go face. So with the Angel of the World, you kill the Goblin, play Singer, and Urius go face. and this is a little bit different than the previous part, because right now
Mhm.
it's his Evo turn. So while with the trade that leaves you with the monsters, it's fine for you. So the previous one, when you were shooting with the angel and when you were attacking the skull beast, so this is fine. But here losing Curious is not okay, because leaving Curious on the board means your opponent might screw up. Like, still, he should be removing Curious, so if he goes with the Soul Squasher into Curious, that's perfectly okay. If he does not, then he's getting hit into his face, like for additional damage. And the other thing is, on your next turn, you have option of the Scarlet Cyber, and this one simply allows for 2-for-1 trades, like destroying something, then evolving and killing something else. So
Okay. Okay, that does make sense. I'm thinking is he playing Atomy deck? He played Haunted House, he played Andrealphus,
yeah,
and he also had the Goblin, so I'm guessing that's Atomy.
yeah, it might be Atomy. So looks like it's not gonna be Scarlet. Looks like you're gonna save your Scarlet until the better time.
For possible Atomy.
Yep.
So I guess I play Pure Hearted Singer and Yuri down.
You can play Singer, and then you can just use Hungering Chord on Andrealphus. There is no reason right now to play Urius. I mean, you can, but if you can remove Andrealphus, then it's fine. Like, he's gonna draw one card, and we'll see. You can play the long game with this deck. Like, you are getting card advantage with a lot of cards, and your opponent will eventually run out of cards.
Oh, he's getting a bunch of gas with this Andrealphus evolves.
Oh, but that was bound to happen. Like, the reason is you want to get rid of the Larging Corpse somehow before you play your big guys. Right now, it's probably gonna be hard to do. I see this second Andrealphus.
So I'm guessing I'm removing Belinus and Andrealphus with Scarlet and playing Emblem Wraith just to fill the curve.
Yep.
Do you think that's...
Yep, I think it's fine. So you can shoot the Belanus with Scarlet, evolve, kill Andrealphus, and then play Emblem Wraith. Obviously he will draw some cards, but that's okay, because you are getting into turn 7, and then you will have Emeralda. So Emeralda might also destroy Atomy, so you're like guaranteed that you'll be able to answer him, like no matter what.
I also would like him to use his last skill point to make sure he won't surprise me with his Serid win.
Yeah, making sure that he uses his Evo point is important, that's true. But right now, this match is simply taking long, but, well, you're in a favorable position, like, you're in no position to lose at the moment. Obviously, you might be aware of Defeat Tyrant, but he have no shadows, Minte plus Tyrant costs 10, so it's out of the question here. And I don't know, it's just looking fine. Double Haunted House, that's tricky.
Yeah, he has 4 cards on board, so he can play Atomy. Yeah, he plays Atomy.
Okay, nice.
Oh, that order though. Played Atomy, then Mammoth. Okay. So I guess I use one of my Emeralds just to remove the Atomy.
Yeah, you
Right.
yeah, you totally want to kill the Atomy. Obviously, no need to evo, no need to do anything else. Just play her for 7, destroy the Atomy, and that's it. Like that's the entire turn.
Hmm.
So one of his Atomy is getting destroyed, and then you might start building your power towards finishing the game.
Okay, second Atomy. Now he also has Mammoth, which is pretty fucking nasty. Okay, so now he has 8-5 and 8-8 on board. I guess second Atomy, evolving that, removing Mammoth.
Huh? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like a turn. So play Emeralda, destroy Atomy, would enter the battlefield effect like the fanfare, evolve, kill Mammoth, and like that's it.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be, yeah, he's one of little at the moment, so that's also good for you. Considering the Death Tyrant, obviously.
I hope I get something to kill with, since he's drawing next turn a lot.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
gonna get
I'm
3
playing-
creatures and 1 additional stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to set up a little somehow, so we'll try to do it.
Okay, let's hope for the best. Oh, that's nice. So I'm thinking playing Pure Heart. What do you think?
So let's see. So the thing is, he either had no Tyrant or just was trying to set up little crew somehow. So yeah, play a Singer first, and let's see what you can draw with it.
Razor Claw.
Okay, so this one is not helping you. So you can also play Darker Jammer. Because maybe you will get a Spider Web Imp. Like this one would block him. If you're lucky with the...
Oh, that's unlucky. I didn't get Imp. I got Emblem Wraith instead, so I guess we're just hoping he doesn't have Tyrant.
Well, if he does have Tyrant, then yeah, then you are dead. If he does not, well, it's fine. Because considering had Tyrant, the only play well, there's probably no real play preventing him from killing you, because you had no way of getting to 18 HP, because he got 17, like 4 on board and 13 from Tyrant, so you had no cards in hand that would allow you to do so. So
Yeah,
here,
that.
just trying to find some options was okay.
Yeah, I died to Tyrant.
Let's see if he's...
Unfortunately. But I mean, yeah, he just cycled through his deck really quickly. Well, can't win them all.
Yeah, you fought through double Atomy, Hamut, and other stuff, so...
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, happens sometimes. Like he would lose to Spiderweb Imp, but yeah, that's the
Yeah.
RNG part. Because obviously, if you go into
That's
Vengeance
just-
here, then you are just making it easier for him. So going into Vengeance wasn't quite an option, and even though going to Vengeance would not actually help your cards. Like, of course, you had Diabolic Drain, but it's only plus 2 life from 10 to 12. So that's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
On 14 you had the option of Diabolic Drain 2, but only would go up to 16. So in this particular scenario, yeah, I had 15, but you couldn't know it. Like, couldn't know that he's gonna draw Death Tyrant and not having in his hand, considering how much cards in his hand he had. impossible
Mm-hmm.
to tell. So.
So I'm playing this match against Dragon, and I'm thinking my mulligan. Like this, I'm mulliganing Emerald and Scarlet Sabir and keeping Pure Hearted Singer.
Okay.
Or do I mulligan everything?
Singer is
Okay,
fine.
Pure Hearted Singer.
Singer is okay because versus Dragon, this deck is not gonna pressure you like fast. So you just want to find the Belphegor, but on the other hand, obviously Pure Hearted Singer is a really good card here. Like really good means it doesn't kill his Ayala, the ramping stuff. So even if he goes like 3 mana, 2 and 2, and you go with the Singer cannot kill it. So he cannot ramp off of your creature, and it's just gonna help you. On the long run, drawing Belphegor, which is important. Obviously, sometimes Belphegor is gonna be deadly because of your opponent attacking with Storm and such, but it's still up to amount of ramp you have and the stuff he might or might not do. Had no ramp,
So
that's good.
thinking turn second, I'm going Urias. I have Spiderweb Imp as well, but I'm thinking Urias, since we kind of had this kind of scenario when I had Spiderweb Imp and Urias, as you explained, was a better play.
Yep, but we are playing versus Dragon. So here it's different, and here it's Spiderweb Imp. The reason for it is if your opponent does have
Salamander Breath,
yeah,
yes.
if they have Breath of the Salamander, they can kill Urius. They cannot kill Spiderweb Imp. So
Well,
yeah, there is a lot of just different factors you have to consider with every matchup.
yeah,
And here it's
that
just
makes
this one point of
sense.
the damage.
Oh,
Let's see,
fortunately he didn't have Salamander.
Okay, that's good. Because
So I guess
you're
I'm
not
going
playing
Pure Hearted Singer here.
Yep, because that's not a creature matchup. Like Dragon is not gonna play a lot of creatures in the early stages of the game. They're just gonna ramp somehow, and Spiderweb Imp here would just deal the same amount of damage the Urius deals. Like, yeah, that's like one into the face and such. So, like I said, here you can play Singer, draw a card, go into his face, and that's fine. Just try to find some value. Obviously, if you don't fight Belphegor for the next turn, then it's gonna turn a little bit nasty. But it's not end of the world. Because he had no Oracle. If he had Oracle, this game would be... yeah, this game would be in a really bad spot. Without Oracle, it's perfectly fine.
So I guess for turn 4, I go with Spiderweb Imp and Hungering Horde the Dragon Cider. Evolve Furious and go face. What do you think about it?
Okay, so here you have a lot of different options, but first thing first, you want to make sure that you kill the Skyter. So Hungering Horde onto Skyter is okay. Then Urius into face and Spiderweb Imp is okay option. So Spiderweb Imp, Hungering Horde to kill the Skyter and evolving Urius. So if you do so, then your opponent can just cast Sibyl of the Waterworm and destroy Urius. Like your Urius is gonna be out of reach for your opponent. Also because it's his 5 play point turn, so he cannot cast Empowered Breath of the Salamander with the Enhance. And it's just gonna be hard to remove Urius on this turn, and well, it's just 3 points of damage. That's a lot considering this scenario. Even if he does heal off of this, you still get your Blood Wolf. So well, that's a lot of damage on the later stage of the game. And then obviously Hungering Horde, you got second copy, so you shouldn't hesitate about using one here. If you are able to kill the Skyter without using your creatures, then it's perfect, because well, Bane is super powerful ability.
Oh, he didn't trade in his Ayala, so he healed. So I'm thinking here I'm removing with my Scarlet Sabreur, I remove Insible with my evolved Scarlet Sabreur, and I'm going face with Urius again. What's your take on this?
Okay, so that sounds fine, but you might also. All I'm thinking about is this a good option or. Oh no, Scarlet is okay. Yeah, Scarlet is best. Because I was thinking about Angel of the World, but then it leaves your turn like 6 empty, so yeah, Scarlet here is fine. Because even if he is on 8 play points, this doesn't change too much. If you have Breath of the Salamander, then yeah, he's gonna have it, and there is nothing you can do against it.
I guess.
Obviously, old
Let's just hope
Scarlet,
the best.
yeah, old Scarlet pre-nerf would be better because then you could just shoot 2 into his face. That would be better than trading the Ayala. But yeah, there is nothing that can help in the scenario.
Okay, so he went with Fervor, then he destroyed my Scarlet Saburo with Salamander's Breath, so one of the cards he drew with Fervor was Salamander's Breath, I guess. Which now enables me, I think, to play Blood Wolf and Belphegor and just hope he doesn't have Bahamut. I have Emeralda next to that to remove Bahamut. And if I deal 3 or 7 to the face now, I mean like Wolf Belphegor, I'm thinking this turn. What do you think?
Okay, so you can go Wolf Belphegor, obviously no evolving, but then if he does have a combo, you're gonna die. On the other hand, it depends on what kind of combo he runs. So yeah, if you want to go all in and just try to win on the next turn, then the Wolf and Belphegor is okay. So you might do it. Just play Wolf, play Belphegor, you're on 10. So considering he would have a combo in his hand, you are dead. But there is nothing you can do against the combo.
Oh yeah.
If he runs old version of Ariad, because a lot of people runs Earth, like Earth is way better in a lot of scenarios, but if he does run runs Ariad version, then you are dead, nonetheless, on 18, so you couldn't help it anyway. If he doesn't have a combo, then you're probably gonna win.
Okay, he played Israfel, removed most of my stuff. Urias is still up, so I'm thinking Emeralda and face. I don't think there is anything else here.
Yeah, just go Emeralda and face, like you said. There's like nothing else you want to do. Emeralda is perfect here. Emeralda swings 7, so he's at 4 and he's dead to Emeralda next turn. So looks like a really good deal. Obviously, assuming he will survive, because no one said that it's guaranteed that he will survive. But if you do, then survive.
Yeah, I guess we won.
Just ramping up +3, but this won't help him at all. Yeah, Skyter, I see. That's the game over. And that's actually how a lot of games versus Dragon are gonna look like, where you just have to make this decision, I'm going all in or I'm not going all in. In this case, it was like, yeah, we go all in and hope he doesn't have a combo.
Yeah, I guess that can be also sort of referred in the same way to the Roach. Like, I mean, but with the Roach you sort of have a clearer idea on what he has in his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Since there are these cards that actually just tell you what he has, like if he plays Fina, for example, he gets his 0-cost Goblin Mage, so he has at least one Roach in hand, guaranteed. Or if he played Goblin Mage and drew something from his deck, he has, like, another Roach, and so on. Okay, so for this, I guess I keep Belphegor in mind.
Yep, you can keep Belphegor, and since you control the Scarlet or Dark General, because they are not needed in this hand. You just want to draw something for the turn 1, 2, or 3 before playing Belphegor.
Mm-hmm.
Because Belphegor
So
is gonna...
Urias for turn 2.
Okay, that's good. Belphegor is gonna
At the
draw
moment.
your cards nonetheless. And also, as for the Roach, when you said that you have clear image, that's true, because with the Roach you also got like all the math done by the Roach alone. So you know exactly, like, oh, he got this amount of 0-cost cards, he got this amount of 1-cost cards, and this and this and this, and the Roaches. While with Queen Combo Dragon, well, they have multiple combos. So they got Genesis plus Ariet, Genesis plus Zeus, Zeus plus Ariet, all so many different numbers. And all of them are high.
So I guess I'm playing Belphegor here.
Yeah, but why Razorry Claw him into the face?
Yeah, that was one of the decisions I thought after doing it, and I thought, yeah, that would make sense to keep it, since it would be much more useful to use that as a finisher, so that he wouldn't just heal it back. Yeah, I guess that was just a misplay on my part.
Yeah, like, it wasn't worth it to use it.
Yes.
Just like you said, because if he uses Draconic Fervor or Sibyl or something before you are able to hit him once more, then this damage will be mitigated. Also, it's this element of surprise that he might play around Razorry Claw or so. Right now you just gave him the info that he used one. Like, that's not a problem, but shouldn't play like that. Like,
it makes sense.
There was totally no incentive for you to play Razor Claw on the previous turn, because it just doesn't help you win. He's on 20.
Do I play Belphegor here? I mean, I think I should.
Yes, you can play Belphegor. The reason is he didn't ramp yet. So on the turn 4, to remove the Belphegor, he requires to use either removal or Ayala or Skyter and use the Evo point. So without Evo point, with Evo point, on the Singer, he still requires removal. So for example, Blazing Breath. With Breath of the Salamander, he don't require Evo, but that's not a problem. And without removal, he needs to use Evo anyway.
He's playing like just a classic ramp, probably not a combo, since he just played Rahab and removed my Belf with Rahab.
Rahab.
So I drew Dark Air Gemmers and of playing like Dark Air Gemmer, evolving that and clearing his Rahab. Like playing Dark Air Gemmer, seeing what I get with it, what I put with it, and then.
That sounds okay, but Scarlet here is better. Playing Scarlet,
removing
Scarlet, removing Rahab. Because, of course, that means with Scarlet you are going back, so you are not in Vengeance anymore and stuff, but that's not a problem. Because if you play with the Air Jammer, and the next turn if he goes with Sibyl, that's not fine. But if you go with Scarlet, he cannot just go with Sibyl and evolve her, because Scarlet is gonna survive. So Scarlet is simply, well, just gonna guarantee that he cannot simply play Sibyl on the board. And even if he does play Sibyl, then you have an answer. He cannot play Draconic Fervor, because if he plays Draconic Fervor, I mean, he can, in theory, but if he plays Draconic Fervor, you are still left with a 4-2. The big margin here is that he didn't ramp. Had he ramped in this game, it would be different, but because he is at the 5 play point, he can only play Draconic Fervor, or Sibyl, or Removal. I see he's playing Blazing Breath right now. He had no multiple options. So
yeah, he played Blazing Breath and Ayala.
That worked just fine for you.
At this point, I guess I'm playing Pure Hearted Singer.
Yep. Let's see
Drawing a card.
and see what you can get.
I pulled another Diabolic Drain, so at this point the only option for me is Angel of the Word and Pink Face.
Okay, so
What do you think?
in this scenario, you can Angel of the World, but ping the Dragon Knight. Because, of course, this is 1 point of damage that could go face, but on the long run, when you have Dark General, Emeralda, and stuff, it's not gonna matter. The reason here is so he cannot just kill your Pure-Hearted Singer for free. Like, we actually wanna him to attack into the Singer, obviously. If he attacks into Angel of the World, it's still fine. Like, it doesn't matter at all. If he attacks face, then it's even better because you are in Vengeance then, and then you can use all of your cards. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously you don't wanna Evo here. I mean, that means he...
Okay, he just traded his Ayala into Angel of the Word, played Sybil, and passed the turn. So he has an unevolved Sybil on the board.
Yeah,
and that's it. And unfortunately I'm not in Vengeance. So these are situations where I'm sort of at a loss as to what would be the most efficient play. Should I kill off my Singer just to draw a card, or...
Okay, so Singer
What do you
is still gonna die. Like, if not now, then it's gonna die later on. Right now, you can just play Diabolic Drain to kill on the Sibyl and attack face. Like, there is nothing to speed things up, because he's gonna be on 9 next turn. You don't want to play your Emeraldas, obviously. You don't want to play your Dark Generals and stuff. And you have to kill Sibyl. So, if you want to kill Sibyl without using your Evo points, the other thing you can do is Hungering Court and attack with the Singer, but right now, because he's going at 9, that means he's really close with the damage, and you want to actually save the Hungering Court. In scenarios, he would play, for example, like Forte or something. There is a lot of... just a cheap removal.
So... he played Rahab, he played Dragon Cannoner. He played which... I'm guessing you do see this state of the board
Yep.
by this time.
It's not great.
And also my hand. So I'm not in Vengeance, but I guess my only option at this point is playing Dark Air Jammer.
Yep, you just have to, if you want to survive somehow. Because wasting Emeralda is not an option here, you don't want to attack into Rahabs.
So I guess I have to evolve to remove Rahab, since it's a ward and...
yeah, you have to.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you have to use your Evo point, because if you don't, then he might easily kill you. You just want to clear the board here. So with the Blood Wolf you also kill the Summoner. I mean,
I'm really not used to clearing the board, goddamn.
okay, so
Okay.
the reason being,
Keep it in mind.
with Dragon, you never know, like until the very end, what kind of combos and damage they have, but you can determine some of the simplest ones. So obviously, if he does got a Queen combo, then it's gonna kill you, period. Like Queen, Genesis, Zeus, whatever, it's gonna kill you. But Genesis plus Zeus, and he got Evo point, so that's the important factor here. So these are obviously the ones that are overkilling you because they have a lot more damage than you have HP. But there is one particular that you can play around by having 13 and not 12. On 12, he can kill you with Forte and Earth. It's like 5 plus 7, that's 12. That's the one. And right now, if he does have Earth plus Forte, you just gave him additional odd to make a play. Obviously, as we can see, he played Bahamut, so that's not the case, but yeah. You just want to...
I'm guessing I'm just removing that with Emerald.
Yep, You just
There is
remove
no...
it with the Emeralda, and that's it. We just want to have so like as low amount of draws that can kill you as possible, so preventing as much as you can. Because there will be some, like I said, Genesis you can't prevent it, but you could prevent Forte from happening. Anyway, it's looking really bad for you at the moment. Because there wasn't too much of a tempo swing in this game, and he simply ramped up really fast. Well, pretty fast. Well, he ramped up on the later stages of the game, obviously, but he recovered from the loss of ramp. That's what I meant. Like, that's the problem of the Vengeance Blood. Sometimes you will be in a really tough spot where going like below Vengeance or into Vengeance means that your opponent will have an easy time killing you, while not doing so will still result in the very same.
So I guess I'll just play Belphegor.
Yep, you can go and play
And,
Belphegor, and then we will see. What can you draw?
and from here I Diabolic Drain. And what else? Dark Air Jammer?
Okay,
What do you think?
so that depends on how lucky you feel. Obviously, you can play Diabolic. I mean, if you get the Blood Wolf from the Darker Jammer, like if you feel lucky that you will get one Blood Wolf, then the Dark Jammer is the correct decision. If you feel you are not lucky, then Diabolic Drain and Hungering Core just to get rid of Zeus. But probably because the game is in a terrible start, Darker Jammer. Like, it is a play that might give you some chances, assuming he won't get another Bahamut. If he gets another Bahamut, then, well, you will get Emeralda, but things are still bad. But yeah, probably you have to gamble at this point of the game. Okay, do it like this is also fine. But probably Earthjammer would put much more power on the board. At least the good thing for you is you can go into Vengeance anytime you want at the moment. So that's really a good one. And also you got 11 out of hand damage. That's also a lot.
Yeah, that's nice, but he's at 20 again, which is unfortunate. So I guess I want to remove that Sybil,
Oh, yep.
but the only way I have is with Emeralda. Do you think I should go into Vengeance? I mean, it makes sense going into Vengeance first, then playing Emeralda.
Yeah, right now it's like all in spot, because if you don't kill him on the next turn, if you survive and don't kill him on the next turn, then you are probably not gonna win. So we can go Razori Claw onto his face, play Emeralda to destroy Sybil, attack with Emeralda and Singer, because you're gonna be in Vengeance, so you will deal 5 to his face, plus 3, and don't play an Ambling Wraith. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
Ambling
because
Wraith,
Genesis Dragon.
yeah, Genesis Dragon alone could kill you. Right now, obviously, Fourth Earth is still gonna kill you, nonetheless, but you just want to prevent this sort of scenario, like single Genesis from killing you. We already saw Zeus, so there is also a chance of Genesis, because why not? Some people just run Genesis because they want to.
Oh my god, that's Israfel. God damn it.
Yeah, Israfil is nasty, because it heals for so much.
Yeah, that's just freaking nasty. I guess that's... Here goes my another ML Spiderweb Imp. And at this point, I don't think it matters I can play Emblem Wraith as well. Because why the fuck not? I mean... if I die, I die at this point. What do you think?
Okay, so play your Spiderweb Imp and Emeralda, obviously, and attack him in the face. but don't play the Ambling Crave. Like, obviously, that's
Because
like,
of fort, because of a walled fort, right?
um, okay, so here's the thing. If you are at 7, that means, like I said, he can, for example, do Dragon Skyter and Forte. If he runs
Mm-hmm.
Genesis Queen, well, there is just a lot of things that this
Yeah,
one additional point of
that
life
makes sense.
can
Yeah,
just
makes
prevent you
sense.
from doing so. Yeah.
Yeah, make that stuff. Yeah.
Because if any
You're
of your
right.
creature survives on the board, like if one of your creatures survives on the board, you're gonna win on the next turn. If they don't survive, then you have no way of removing actually creatures of your opponent. So yeah, that's how it goes. Also, obviously, you would set him, putting him to 11 means you are setting lethal for yourself, but Dragon have so many healing that, well, it's probably not an easy one.
Okay, I guess at this point I don't have any choice but to play Dark Air Jammer and see what it gives me.
Yep.
He's currently have like Sybil of the Water Worm, and I really need to remove that.
Yeah, so play Air Jammer and let's see what you're gonna get.
Okay, that's not bad at all. I get a Blood Wolf and Spiderweb Imp. So now I can play one of my Dark Generals and trade into it.
Okay, so
What do you think?
okay, so the thing is, you got Spiderweb Imp. So at the moment, we already established that he did not have a finisher in his hand, like he doesn't have a combo. You can go with the Air Jammer, Ambling Crave, just attack him into his face. Because you are dealing him 6 points of damage, he will heal for 3. So you will still try to win on the next turn, because this game is not gonna take much
Do I
longer.
just leave Sybil up?
Yep.
And what do I go with Dark General and face?
Yep. With Dark General and with Blood Wolf, you just go on face. Because the thing is,
Okay.
he does not have Evo points anymore. He already used double Dragon Skyter in this matchup, so he only got, at best, he got 1. Even with Zeus, he's not gonna kill you. So yeah, you are just playing. It's like play to win at the moment, setting up possible lethal for yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Genesis right now cannot also kill you. Like, Genesis is still 7 only. So Genesis can't kill you alone, Zeus can't kill you alone. Bahamut is not enough because Bahamut means Sybil is gonna die. So Bahamut cannot save him.
Oh god, how unfortunate is that? Jesus. 1, 4, 8.
Oh, he got a third Dragon Skyter. Yeah, like I said, that's a little bit unfortunate.
So I guess I play another Dark Jammer. Right.
Oh yeah. I guess you do, because you only got 10 points of damage in hand. That's not enough. So yeah, go with your jammer.
I got 2 Uriuses. I can remove Scyther with my Angel of the Word. And he still has Sybil. He doesn't have any evil. Oh god. Do I leave the Sybil up?
So the thing is, you can do the Raspberry Claw on Sybil. So you will go to 6. But you have no answers for Zeus's. I mean, if you want to gamble, it's fine. You can go Angel of the Ward, Raspberry Claw on Sybil, and just pray that he do not have Bahamut. That's one of the options.
No, let's just hope for the best.
Yeah. That's one of the options here. The other would be
to
just not do it, but
Bahamut.
oh well, so it's his second Bahamut. Well, the third Dragon Skyter was a little bit unfortunate because that's like his storm creatures. For the deck, they are cheaper. Otherwise, he couldn't cast it with the combo of the birth. But it's still not over yet.
Oh well. Oh well.
So let's see.
Yeah, he just salamander breathed my board and hit face with Bahamas.
So it's his like what, third breath? If I recall correctly. At least second. But yeah, it will happen. Because obviously in the late game,
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Dragon will just get initiative. Thanks to the power plays. Also, triple Skyter is disgusting, but this card is simply
Yeah.
really, really good. Soon enough, the rotation will come up and the decks will be a little bit different. Also, the Portal Craft class looks really strong.
Yeah, Bahamut is really strong, like just clearing the board. Okay, I'm going first against Rue. I have Belphegor in hand, as well as Angel of the Word and Hungering Horde. I'm thinking Mulligan in Hungering Horde. Definitely keeping Belphegor, but what about Angel of the Word?
You can keep Angel of the Word. Like, it's okay because it's a free drop that can ping into something, or worst case scenario into face, but it will guarantee that you will have a creature. Hungering Horde, well, you can throw it out, you can keep it, but obviously if it's a Dimension Shift rune, then Hungering Horde is bad. Angel of the Word is good in the sense that it cannot be bounced back, so versus Dimension Shift, it's just that. And I see you got another Hungering Horde, so yeah, it just came back to the hint.
That was a meaningful mulligan. Okay, that's a dish shift. Okay.
So this one is.
Oh, maybe Daria. They said popular too. So I guess turn 3, obviously Angel of the Word, right?
Yep, looks like it, but
just to be sure.
You got a really good curve. You got Belphegor into Airjammer, and this is obviously one of the power plays that you can do as a vengeance.
Yeah, that's lucky, I guess.
Like there is no way to heal your opponent, and another lucky thing is you got Ambling Wraith into your hand, so that means you won't pull an Ambling Wraith from the Dark Airjammer. So that's one less from the bad pulls. Oh, double Angelic Snipe, whoa.
Yeah, 2 of this. Pretty nasty. If it has like a Wind Blast, that would be really unfortunate.
Yeah, but here, Wind Blast, okay, but he can still go with Owl, for example, so Magic Owl. Yeah, I think he's going with the Magic Owl.
No, that might be Daria, actually.
Well, this deck's runs similar cards, so...
He played Ogler.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing I go Dark Airjammer, evolve Dark Airjammer, remove Ogler.
Yep, so obviously Dark Airjammer... Oh, you got double Blood Wolf. Yep, go Airjammer, evolve Airjammer, kill the Ogler. Like, get rid of it for sure. So the good thing is, at least with the wolves in your hand, you know the exact extent of your damage and how much will deal.
Yeah, well, yes.
The bad thing is, obviously, that they can be pulled from Airjammer, but double Urius, so double Urius is actually really okay if he does not remove them, because, well, every creature, 2 points of damage, that's a lot. On the other hand, he's still on 19, so you need some pressure.
Yeah, that's Daria. He played Daria.
No, Daria on the turn 5, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes, I should be happy he didn't play Mammoth before that. Okay.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
Daria 4-0 on the turn 5. Nice.
Yes, he had it in the opening hand. I guess I should go with Spiderweb, Imp, Urius, and Bloodwolf here. Evolve Bloodwolf into Golem, and then go face with Airjammer. So, Imperious Bloodwolf.
So the thing is, you will be really close to dying if you play Bloodwolf.
Yeah, yeah.
But well, next turn is turn 7. You're probably not gonna win this one anyway. You might as well just play Bloodwolf, Hungering Court, and Imp. So then you don't need to use your Evo point. Obviously, you will be lacking Furious on the board, but on the other hand, it's probably better to have Evo point for the next turn, like for face damage or some sort of shenanigans. Because if you assume you want to trade with Daria, you're probably not gonna catch up on tempo. You might try, so you might actually just go Bloodwolf, Hungering Court, and Spiderweb Imp, and then trade the Airjammer into Daria. So by doing so, you will not get into the lethal range easily, but you will extend the game. But I don't know if it's a correct or not. Here probably faces better one. I mean, trading
Yeah, I'm thinking
Daria
I'm
is
risking here.
hard. So
There,
it's
Chimera.
risk, but
That's unfortunate.
yeah, if you get Chimera, then
Okay.
Chimera, whatever it's called, he's still gonna just win this one just by sheer power of this one, deal 4. But yeah, that's how spell boosts go. Like, what to do?
Yeah, I guess I've lost it. Probably should have traded in Daria. But I guess even if I traded, I don't think that would have put me in a good position. Since,
Well, had you trade, then it would be better, kinda, because he would be lacking Daria,
yeah.
and then you have Emeralda to just do a clear without Evo. So looks like on the long run, well, assuming Chimera, then Daria would be good, but it also might be, Dimension Shift with Daria. Some people also played it, but yeah, that's the spell boost for you. That's the broken mechanic sometimes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
This game is over. All happens. Like, there's nothing to do.
It's alright, I guess.
Yeah, obviously. It's not like you're gonna play versus Daria Rune 100 times and then every time they're gonna have Daria on the turn 5 for 0. Most of the time they are gonna have Daria for like turn, I don't know, 7, 6, 7, 8, and they are usually gonna pay for it some mana instead of playing it for 0. And the thing is, we didn't play any mirror match. I mean, versus any blood. We didn't play versus Heaven. Also, no sword. Yeah, and I believe one forest. Yeah, that's it for the matchups. Dragons and rune all the time.
Yeah, and runes, and that's another rune this time.
Huh, interesting.
So I guess I'm all an Emerald and keep Spiderweb Imp.
Sure, so you can Emeralda. Also, you can get rid of Dark General, because you're not gonna use her this matchup. Like, Dark General is obviously fine when you are guaranteed that you are in Vengeance, but without Vengeance it's 4 mana for free. That's not good at all. That's obviously good.
Yeah, the regime was only good when you're in Vengeance.
But the problem of Dark General, if it was 4 and 4, or even 3 and 4, then it would be better, because it wouldn't die to Crimson Sorcery. Because if it's Airfright Rune, then on the other hand, evolving into Levi, getting Crimson Sorcery, and then Crimson Sorcery can kill Dark General. That's the other possibility. Like from the bad scenarios that might happen.
Okay, so at this point, I guess I just clear the Dwarf Alchemist with my Angel of the Word and Spiderweb Imp on turn 3.
Yep.
He played Dwarf Alchemist. I have Spiderweb Imp on the board and Angel of the Word in my hand.
I see that. I'll just do it like I said. So clear this one, and it's gonna be fine. You will have 2 creatures on the board, he will have 0. You have Dark General, you have Belphegor also. So Belphegor into Darker Jammer is also a play, and you're going first. So contrary to the Earth Rune we played previously, going first here is huge. Because you're getting all of your important turns before he's able to go with the Master Mage Levi.
He played an interesting card. Abomination Awakened. And I guess he has something like Concentration in his hand, which would draw him like... He draws 6th card next turn, then... Well, I guess I still play Belphegor because it's not like I have anything else to play.
Yeah, still play Belphegor, also Abomination cannot attack, even if he got... I mean, yeah, if he got a concentration, then he can, but then again, Abomination deals how much damage to all creatures?
3 damage.
3 damage, so Belphegor would survive. So I suppose it's perfectly fine, because concentration also is gonna cost him 3 points of play points, so he will still be left with 1. With 1 he cannot do much. Let's see if he's gonna chase the concentration out.
Yeah, okay, he did play Concentration. And he went face with his Abomination.
Oh yeah.
So,
face
I have a
Belphegor.
Belphegor.
Kinda obvious here. He just chased so hard.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Also extremely uncommon.
At this point, I'm thinking playing Dark Air Jammer is an option and hoping it pulls like a Blood Wolf. That's a really hard to deal with piece of crap.
Well,
God damn it, 6/6, Jesus.
Darker Jammer is the best here. Just pray for the
Let's
spider
hope for the
weapons.
best.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I trade Belf and Wolf into Abomination.
Sure.
Right?
Yep. Just trade them both. And we'll see. Because I assume you got Blood Wolf. I see it right now. Yeah, I see Blood Wolf and the 1, 2. Well, that's not the perfect case scenario. Obviously, in a perfect world, you would get Spiderweb Imp and the Blood Wolf. So input protect your face. You're also on 4 points of HP, so that's...
Oh my god, I'm at 1 now. Hell, Christ.
Okay, that sounds like super cheese. The Abomination Awakened.
Okay, I guess I'm playing another Dark Air Jammer. And just see what it gets me. Right?
Yep.
It's not like there is any other viable option. I mean, I can play like Urias Dark General, but that's pretty weak.
That's pretty weak. Darker Jammer is simply the best power play. Also,
I mean, we have to just...
Darker Jammer is making your draws better, because you are taking stuff out of your deck.
So I guess I just evolve Amblin Wraith, trade into... I mean, Dark Air Jammer pulled Imp and another Wraith. So I guess I just evolve Wraith, trade into Hella Golem and hit
Yes,
base
exactly.
for 1.
Sure. So evolve the Unblink Wraith, the new one, kill the 6/2. Swing 1, so he's on 17, you're at 1.
Yeah, that's pretty classic.
So you already have 2 dead cards in your hand.
Oh, mutagenic bolt. Well, I guess I'll die.
Okay,
Okay.
I guess you'll die here. But well, again, that's not the deck
What
that
a
you will...
player.
Yeah. But if I recall correctly from the beginning of the match, he had like, what, 300, something like this, points, so... He's just, yeah, okay, he got 100, so he got like win, and that's it with the deck, so... He do not care about the grind at all, he's simply testing his stuff, like having fun with this one, probably. That, wow, I made this abomination work in one of the 20 games or so. That's how it's gonna be.
I've faced like about 4 times. I mean, this deck during the past week, I faced like 4 times Ruin playing Abomination for some reason. I have no idea why they're playing that.
I have no idea either. Like, this deck is not good because it breaks, because it's...
I mean, yeah.
But it's simply a cheesy
And that's
deck.
why we like...
When they roll out,
Why?
then they are winning hard.
Heaven this time. Oh, I kept Spiderweb Imp, and I believe I mulliganed Scarlet Sabre and something else.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, the mulligan was good. The mulligan was good. And finally we are playing
So-
something else.
Currently in my hand I have 2 Blood Wolves, 1 Spiderweb Imp, and 1 Pure Hearted. I'm thinking go in Spiderweb Imp on turn 2, since it cannot be banished with blackened scripture.
Yep.
Rather than going Wolf.
Oh, Spiderweb Imp is okay. Also, because you are going first, it's better for you. If you were going second, then Torrent of the Stars was also an option, but I doubt your opponent would use Torrent of the Stars to only clear Blood Wolf, so Spiderweb Imp right now is pretty okay.
So now I have, I guess I'm going Pure Hearts here. I mean, even if it gets banished, I still draw 1 card.
Yeah, you still draw 1 card,
And-
and you are still getting 1 card out if your opponent like is still using a card
Yeah.
to do it. So yeah, Singer here is perfect. Because the card in itself for 3 mana, drawing a card and giving you a body is already a value. Drawing additional card on the last draw is like premium. So this card is really good.
Yeah, he used Blackened Scripture. So I guess for turn 4, I have 2 Blood Wolves and the Spiderweb Imp, so I guess I'm going 1 Spiderweb Imp and 1 Blood Wolf. And all go in face.
Okay, so the thing here is you want to get rid of the Snow White and you want to do it now. So you would attack with the Spiderweb Imp, then trade the Blood Wolf into the Snow White. Because the reason in so is if he got a Heavenly Hunt, then he still needs to play another creature and evolve it. While if you leave the Snow White on the board, then he can simply attack, play a Hunt with a bonus, then evolve Hunt, and then, well, Hunt with a bonus and evolve is really hard for you at the moment to get rid of, so obviously...
Makes sense.
Like, Snow White is one of these
So-
creatures where you don't want to clear her, but you're forced to. Like, this is a given.
Yeah. And I go Spiderweb Imp, right?
No, just end the turn here. Because the other thing is, it's his Evo turn. If you go with the Spiderweb Imp right now, and he goes like Priest of the Cudgel because he got 3 Evos, you will lose 2 creatures. You don't want to lose 2 creatures just like this. 1 and 2 on the board is fine. Versus Haven, unless it's a Seraph, but it's not Seraph,
Yeah, he plays casual. Yeah.
I mean, you want to be fast, but you don't have cards in your hand that allow you to be fast. You don't have Belphegor, you don't have General, you don't have Emeralda, you have like Blood Wolf, and that's it. That's your aggression. That's not gonna be enough. That's totally not gonna be enough versus Haven. Looks like he played casual, like I said. So,
Yeah.
see, he only got one creature out of this, so not playing this one was... At least it turned out to be a good one. I mean, I have no idea why did he vote out, like, he could just do nothing, but yeah, it was up to him.
So, I guess on turn 5, although I'm not in Vengeance, I guess I'm going Dark Age to get rid of Priest of the Cudgel.
Yep, you're doing it. And obviously there are pros and cons. Pros are that you're getting bodies on the board and that he already used Priest of the Cudgel. The cons obviously is March Party Time, and March Party Time is disgusting in value. So you're just praying that he won't pull on March Party Time on you.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. He played Glow. Red had boots there.
Okay, Red Hot Boots.
And a Heavenly Hound. And he evolved Heavenly Hound to remove my... I mean, okay. Guess it's Aegis or something.
Might be Aegis. There are some Aegis with Aether version, because Aegis obviously can be removed. It fits meta nicely, well, a little bit, but I don't know, I still don't think it's a good deck.
I mean, yeah. So, on turn 6, I have Blood Wolf, Spiderweb Imp, and 2 Umbrella Raids. If I play all this and I go into Vengeance, but I'm not sure if I... But on the other hand, I mean, I'm playing against Control Haven, so I guess there is not much for me to do anyway.
Okay, so there is a lot of options, but if you do it like this, like you explained, and he pulls Themis Decree, you lost on the spot. So if you still want to try to win this game, you can go Diabolic Drain, Ambling Crave, and just hope that you will draw Belphegor. Because Belphegor is the only card at the moment that can allow you to move footer, because it will draw you cards, will provide a nice body, and just gonna filter all. While if you just go with all of your creatures and get Themis Decree, you're left with Diabolic Drains. While Diabolic Drain and Ambling Crave, well, obviously that's not a perfect combo because you are getting further away from Vengeance, but you are still giving yourself hope.
I guess there is hope. I drew Belphegor, and he played Judge of Retribution. So for this turn, I guess I'm playing Belphegor.
Oh, nice, you got her. Yep, we are playing her. And what did you draw from the Belphegor? Don't see it.
So, do I play like Diabolic Drain and Spiderweb Imp, or to remove the Judge of Retribution, I mean? Or do I evolve Belphegor and just play Spiderweb Imp and remove Judge of Retribution with Belphegor?
So you can play Pure-Hearted Singer to draw a card.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you can play just Singer, and that's it. Like, obviously you might evolve Belphegor and kill Judge, but then your opponent is left with an evo. I guess that's still fine, so evolving Belphegor and killing the Judge and Pure-Hearted Singer is okay. Like, Singer is still gonna draw you a card, and that's it. If you don't want to go super hard, you might stay at what you are and then use the Hungering Cord on the next turn, but well, yeah, just not playing anything looks like it's the safest plan, while the Belphegor is the aggro one. So Belphegor here forces an evo out of your opponent, so we'll see how he goes if he's evo. or with the Blackened Scripture, because there are also options.
That's Priest of the Cudgel again.
Second one.
Huh. So he played Priest of the Cudgel, bashed my butt,
Yep.
killed my Singer. So I'm guessing I'm playing Spiderweb Imps, Urius, and Diabolic Drain.
Yep, because you are guaranteed that you will be in Vengeance. Like all of your cards later on are gonna guarantee that you will be in Vengeance. So like I said, you can play Spider, Urius, Diabolic Drain. You can probably even do Unblink Rave, because if he goes with Themis right now, then yeah, I guess whatever. You have no cards actually to pressure him up once again. No Generals, no Emeraldas. He's at 18 points of life, so yeah, it's just nasty. As nasty as it can be.
Oh my god, he played Seraph, jeez.
Sound muted.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Seraph. Well, I probably can't beat Seraph.
Yeah, well.
All you can do is just play a Blood Wolf and yeah, go for phrase. But there is something you could do versus Seraph, like playing as a Vengeance. Yeah, playing as a Vengeance is not the same as playing as aggro.
Oh my god, we are alive.
Oh, that's interesting then. But even though you're alive, it's 6 damage on board, so still.
I wanna. Jeez, that's so unfortunate. God.
Oh yeah, I see. Because he played Pure Shaded Singer. Whoa.
I mean, I'm just going face, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you can do anything against it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. A little bit.
Unfortunate, I guess.
Well, if you only had something like Dark General or Emeralda, like there is 4 of them,
Yeah.
like 6 of them in total, and you had 21 cards still left, so you draw half your deck and you didn't draw any of these, so no Dark Generals, no Emeraldas. Even with Belphegor, if you get second Belphegor, you would get 2 chances of drawing the Dark General. And Seraph exploded and you lost. That's sad. Okay, so I will have time for like one more. And then I will have
I
to go.
guess one more and yeah. Okay, another rune. In my opening hand, I got a claw, and I guess I'm mulliganing it all. Since neither of this really.
Yeah, mulligan, all of this, like none of these cards helps at all.
Yeah.
Like they do not amount to anything and they are simply, well, they are not gonna help you at all versus Rune at the moment.
For my turn 2, I have Urius or Spiderweb Imp. And he skipped his turn 2, so I guess it might be T-shift, so I guess Spiderweb Imp, since it's harder to remove.
If he skips his turn, then the Urius is fine, because then if he plays a creature, he's getting 1 additional point of damage in his face. He cannot kill the Urius like right off the bat anyway. You got Belphegor. I mean, sure, Spiderweb Imp, you can play it on next turn, but right now Urius, because it might be additional point of damage. Like that's the only.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you care about.
Yeah, makes sense.
Spiderweb Imp, yeah, like I said, it's harder to remove, but because he didn't play any spell yet, then it doesn't matter if it's harder or not.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, fucking glow. Jesus. I guess next turn I'm playing Belphegor and pre-evolving that.
Well, we'll see.
What do you think?
We'll see what he's gonna play, what we'll draw from the Belphegor.
Okay, let's see. I drew Dark General and Diabolic Drain.
Okay, so you want to evolve Furious, right?
I think I'm either evolving Urius just for more damage and like splitting like the threat into two, so he has like 2 priority targets, both Balf and Urius, or I can just pre-evolve Belphegor just for the sake of 6/6 on the board, which is hard to remove for him on turn 5 unless he has like super buffed Wind Blast, which I doubt. I think they already used it by this time on Urius, or a Fury Embrace.
Oh well, so evolving Curious is more valuable, considering that he will be at 13, you get Razor Claw, you get Dark General, you get Emeralda, so you got 2 Storm creatures, you got 1 out of hand damage, so you want to deal as much as possible. Also, even if you evolve it to a 6/6, there is still a Magic Owl possibility. You can do something like Magic Owl, card for 0, and then Fiery Embrace or Wind Blast. Like there is still an option for him to do a Wind Blast for 6. So the first argument, like the one you were saying that you will spread the damage between the 2 creatures, is better. Like he already used 1 Kaleidoscopic Glow. Sure, he does have 2 more in his deck, most likely. But yeah, 1 was used. So that's 1 less that you have to worry about and 1 less chance for him to do so. So let's just hope that he does not have it and that he will have a swift victory. Because versus Dimension Shift is just the best to win easy and like fast in the game.
Okay, that's all. I guess that. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Jesus Christ. He played Chimera.
Okay.
All into Chimera.
So
Into 2 Chimeras. Okay.
whoa.
Okay. Well, I guess at this point I'm Dark General and Diabolic Drain. I'm killing 1 of the Chimeras and going face with Dark General. Like obviously in the order of Dark General first, Diabolic Drain then.
Yep. But like you said, double Chimera is disgusting, seriously.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, turn 5. Yeah, let me just play 3 creatures that shoot 8 damage. And 3, 4 and 4 with 1 evil. Oh yeah, we have
Seems
2
balanced, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. At least he will deal 6 points of damage to his face, so he will hit 5. So that means top decking, well, obviously top decking Blood Wolf, top decking under Razor Claw means you are gonna win. So there is at least a lot of top deck possibilities for you with this play.
I mean, if he removes my Dark General now,
That's fine.
I'll just play Spiderweb Imp on turn 6 and then I'll just Emeralda him.
That's also an option. Assuming that, he won't go off. he shouldn't be able to go off yet.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I also can play like two spiderweb imps, and no, I still want to be in Vengeance, right?
So you want to play
So I guess
Spiderweb Imp, Diabolic Drain, and then another Spiderweb Imp. So this way you will make sure that Chimera is dead.
oh yeah.
Because it will bring you down to 10, up to 12, then down to 10 again.
Yeah.
So eventually you will be in Vengeance.
So I guess the only thing you can, yeah, concentration. But I still have my Evo, so...
Yeah, with Evo it's still 6, and that's considering that your bot will be dead.
Okay, that's a victory.
Okay, that's nice. At least it ends with a victory. But well, so from what I see, the most things that you have to work with is like keeping the beginning hands and the traits, because the traits are not always obvious. So just rethinking all of the possible options and deciding for yourself where you have to go all in and where not, like where to play safe, where to use Emeraldas correctly. Like sometimes obviously with this deck you have combinations, but yeah, if you have any like additional questions or other stuff that you'd like to ask about, then feel free to do so now.
No, I think your explanation during the sessions were really clear, and I think I learned a lot. Although I thought that I had like a better idea of how this deck should be played. I think I still learned like a lot, and it's, I think in many points there were like many important little things like this traits and taking control of the board in the beginning of the game, and I think I should just reconsider how important that is. I guess that might be just an experience in me, since since the deck like I'm playing is so focused on just winning by dealing damage over like over the early game, and then just developing on that. I just sort of ignored the aspect of keeping the board and how important that is for also dealing damage into the early game that should be developed later in the mid game.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm just...
But it will come with experience, like you said. So the more you play, the more these small things you will notice. Also, what if you I don't know, if you have any like mulligan hands or so versus any particular matchups that you will want to know, then just send me screens on Discord. Like, feel free to do so, and then I will respond to you. The same goes for any like additional questions or whatever might trouble you in the game. Just feel free to contact me on Discord, and I will answer. So that's not a problem.
Thank you. And thanks very much.
Yeah, that's not a problem. And also, obviously, we didn't make too many of the archetypes, like a lot of runes, obviously, some Haven, one Forest, and whatever. So there will be some matchups which obviously we didn't met today, so you will have to figure it out just by playing. But obviously one thing that you can do is trying new options, because sometimes there will be like particular like card order which you might be playing, like, okay, in this situation I'm always doing this, this and this, but maybe there is other way. So feel free to test on rankeds. Well, on rankeds, feel free to test just on your ladder games, multiple options, and you will see for yourself which is better. Because the thing is, there is no given rule about the board rates and the clears and such, because it comes down with just experience of the matchup, the cards, what might come, what are the common plays, and simply counting the damage. So there is no like rule of thumb that says, for example, in this situation you always do this. No, there is. It's super hard to say because of obviously going first, second, state of the board, cards played, class. There is so many variables that comes to Mulligan and decisions that it's just this like gut feeling when you are playing and you are like, okay, I know what to do now and I'm gonna do it. So yeah, it's just all about playing, and eventually you will come out on the better end.
Okay, I mean, thank you again. I mean, I just feel that I learned quite a lot from you, and I'm really grateful for that.
Sure.
And thanks for offering your help, like, in the future. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad. I'm happy like that I could help. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, I will have to go. So
yeah.
Well, good luck
Have a
on
nice
your...
day.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
actually,
you.
I'm just gonna do some work and then I will go to sleep. But yeah, the day is ending in my place. But yeah, good luck on your rally games. And well, good luck in getting the Grandmaster.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. See ya. Okay, so that was the end of the session. Obviously, it was continuation of the previous session, so you might want to check it out on like Facebook, Twitch, whatever medium you are watching it. So this is like the part 2. On the part 1, we were discussing mentality and all of the attitudes and how to approach a lot of things. So that might be important to just watch the previews to understand why we're doing this play-by-play today. And obviously you can register to the highest Hollywood Sky University on their Discord, like this coaching project from Shadowverse. Obviously, if you want some direct coaching from me, you can go to Gamer Sensei and order it yourself. And as for now, also, well, for all of your viewers, if anyone is watching this right now, feel free to, I don't know, message me on my fan page or whatever if you have any questions or you want some help in Shadowverse. So, have a nice day, night too, and well, see ya some other time. Bye.